morning everyone, I hope you're all well. Today in our online mat class we're going to do a session on shoulder. So we're going to do lots of mobility exercises and some strengthening exercises. Really good for anyone who has stiffness or has suffered a previous injury for their shoulder, whether that's been tendonitis, some adhesive capsulitis, or just generally tight through the shoulder, upper back and neck, particularly if you're sitting at a desk for a long period of time or that's your job that you do. Today in our class we're just going to use, I've got some weights here, just 2 kilos or just 1 kilo weights. I've got a TheraBand and a foam roller that we're going to use throughout the session. So if anything causes any pain or you feel that pinching, it doesn't feel like a nice stretch, please stop the exercise and wait till we move on to the next one. So we're going to start off the session with more mobility first. So really get those shoulders and everything loosened up before we do a little bit of strength work through the upper body as well. So we're going to just start off, even if we're just kneeling, if you're comfortable kneeling, we're going to just start off with the shoulder shrugs, okay, and rotations. So you're just going to start off with really reaching those shoulders up, really tense, and really dropping them down. Okay, we do this with our breath. We breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth. So the idea here is to really feel that contraction up here and really to let it go. Okay, we're all trying to, certainly in Pilates, we try and switch those upper traps off and really draw them down. Breathing in. So you're feeling the difference between what it feels like contracted and relaxed. Draw it down. And 2 more. In and out. Shoulder rotations now, really taking it up, back and down, forward, up, back and down. Really taking it through that whole circle. Nice fluid movement, one moving into the next. Really feel those shoulders moving around. Breathing with. Really feeling those shoulders move. Make sure you're dropping them down. Really take them to the back. And remember, it's not about your body moving in this. We're trying to move that shoulder joint individually, okay? Remember, it's a ball and socket in that shoulder and it's pivoting around. Allow that to move. And 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. Now we're going to do a little bit of this scapular or shoulder blade drawing back or some retraction. So we're just going to start off quite neutral through here. Okay, and I want you to just feel quite open through your chest. And if I stand this way, might be easier. And really feel open through here, and we're just going to draw back and set it back to normal, okay? Looking straight ahead. So just draw those shoulder blades slightly together, open up through the chest and back normal. And draw back and normal. So remember the movements through this shoulder blade. It's not stretching out through these lower parts of the ribs. Don't flare out through here. We're just trying to get that shoulder blade movement happening. Okay, really feel open through that chest. And 5 and 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Good. So now we're just going to do another little stretch. We call our elevator scap stretch, so stretching through here. Now, if you're not comfortable kneeling, you can sit cross-legged like this, or just sit on a box. If you want to sit cross-legged or sit on something, we're just going to have something to anchor down this side on. So say if we're stretching this left side, okay, we're going to pop our hand under through here Okay, so something to anchor this side of, or that attachment of the muscle on, through here, or you can do seated through here, or if you've got a chair at home and you want to sit on a chair, you can do it that way too. So I've got my hand underneath here just to anchor this part of the muscle down. I'm going to put my hand up through here, and I'm just going to slowly put my right ear down to my right shoulder. I'm going to hold that stretch. So don't pull too hard, just nice and gentle, stretching through the side. So you should feel that coming up right from that left part of the shoulder into that left neck. Keep breathing, coming across to the side and just holding. Remember, we always hold the stretch. You could even do this standing if you like, if it's easier, and even just pop one of the weights in your hand while you're standing, and that anchors down that part of the muscle too. Another good way, I will show you actually standing this stretch because it's a nice one to do. It really anchors it down. If you get your TheraBand, okay, and you stand on your TheraBand through here, okay, so give it a little bit of slack. So I've got a little bit of give on here, but if there's a little bit of pressure through my left hand. So if I do it this way, same I was doing sitting, right ear down to right shoulder, I've got that little bit of tension where that muscle attaches on that left side. So right ear down to right shoulder. So whichever way you're comfortable doing this stretch, or whichever way you feel you can feel it the most, you can do it that way. Now while we've got our head to the side here, just want you to look down, keeping right ear down to right shoulder, and just looking down to that right hip. Just changing that stretch. Should change your stretch to up in that base of that skull on that left hand side. Just holding that stretch. If you're standing while doing the stretch, remember not to bend your body. It's just the movement through the neck. And just holding that stretch down. We'll hold for 10 more. And 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice. Now let's do the other side. So we're going to come and the tension's in my right hand through here, and you can make it a little bit tighter. You can hold the band a little bit lower down, okay, to give a bit more tension. And left ear down to left shoulder, and holding that stretch. This one you can even do if you're at your desk and you've been working or on that computer for a long time. If you're still at your chair, you can use your chair to anchor yourself down, and then just do your stretch to the side. It's a nice one that we always need to do to release those shoulders and that upper back. And then turning, looking left hip, slowly rotating down and holding that stretch there. This time you should be feeling a little bit through that right upper part of right on the base of the skull, holding that stretch. Remember to keep breathing the whole time, nice and relaxed. Remember, only take the movement as far as comfortable. You should just feel that little stretch through that muscle, not that pinching feeling. And for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And relax. Nice. So now we're going to do a little stretch through this chest before we do a little bit more mobility. So I like to do this stretch standing through here if you've got a doorway or a wall that you can pop that arm on. So if I'm doing my left hand side through here and stretching this pec muscle through here, I put my left foot forward and bent, and put my arm, the elbow about shoulder height, okay, against that wall. Okay, so I'm anchoring through here, okay, and then I'm just going to lean into that stretch, okay. So I'm leaning into it and slightly rotating away. All right, so my elbow and my arm are on here, and I'm just leaning and slightly rotating. So the stretch should come all through here, okay? So we're stretching those mid fibers of that pec muscle, and hold that stretch. That's it. Keep breathing, stretch through that chest, slight rotation, and holding through here. So the pecs get quite tight, that front chest, if you're always sitting in that desk position, and we really need to work on not just the back when we're trying to loosen up through the shoulders and the upper back, but we need to work on that the upper chest and working through those pecs and those ribs as well. And stretching through there and hold. Now you can move your arm around a little bit, that one against the wall, to get the most stretch. Some people come out a little bit so they can rotate into it a little bit more and really feel it pull all the way through. Whatever you feel is most comfortable, okay? To feel that stretch through that front chest. And then if we're doing the other side, same thing through here, okay? I'm going to have my right one forward and bent, my right arm up, contacting the wall there, and I'm going to lean in and slightly rotate left or away from the wall and holding that stretch. Remember, we always have to hold the stretches for 30 to 40 seconds and really make it effective, not just a quick stretch and then just stop. It's not gonna be as effective in releasing that tissue. Holding that stretch. So all these workouts from home are really easy to do. You don't need much equipment, and a really good thing if you're having to work, you know, your whole full work day at home, then you can just jump on a mat in your bedroom or in the lounge room and do a little mat class in your break. Hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Great. So now we're going to do a little bit of a series laying on the roller, okay, the arm series. So we're going to lay with our head on one end and our bottom on the other end. Now you can use your weights for this if you like, or you can use no weights, okay? I'll start it with no weights and we'll see how we go. Okay, so bottom on one end and head on the other end. Just to get a bit of a feel, let's pop our hands up. Now when we're in this position, when we're going to be doing all these arm movements and shoulder movements, this neutral position, make sure isn't up like this, okay? So I want you to feel like you've got that gap between your ears and your shoulders, okay? So the idea of having our arms up at this chest height here is that we feel quite open through here, right? Don't tense up and really straighten those elbows. Just keep it nice and soft and keep those collarbones feeling nice and wide through here, okay? Let's take it from this position, just nice and wide and open up, and just try and drop those hands, palms facing the ceiling, just stretch it out through here, okay? Again, stretching through that chest, just a different way of doing it like we did standing up against the wall. That's the way. Nice. Okay, so now we're going to come, I might grab the weights for here. There we go. All right, so now we're going to take up through in that neutral position here, okay? So remember, soft elbows and taking it, remember that the wrist is right underneath that shoulder there, okay? So we're just going to do a basic movement, okay, with coming out and in. So when we come out through here, that's the way here, remember not to drop it back below your shoulders, okay? I want you to keep it a little bit in front here. Now, the correct posture through here is almost like you're holding one of those big fit balls, okay? So a nice round ball. So have a think of shoulders closest to the floor, then elbow, then wrist, okay? So you're in a nice rounded shape through here and open through the chest. All right, we're going to do 10. So we're starting off nice and open, And we're going to do 10. Coming out and in. 8, 7, 6. Let's do our breath. Out. And 4. And 3. And 2. Nice. And 1. Now we're going to take them, one's coming up and one's going to come down. So we're taking it into extension on one side and flexion on the other. Now with this one, make sure when you're taking it back from that extension, you're not hitching up through here, okay? I want you to really feel on that extended arm, the drawing into the roller, okay? So again, it's just the shoulder joint, not the whole movement through here. So that movement to here, once you feel it release, you've gone too far, okay? And when you're coming down, really reach away as well, okay? So we're really trying to get those opposite movements happening. And out. Keep that rib cage nice and still. Keep those lower tummy muscles on. Coming up and down. Reaching through here. And nice. So really control right through that shoulder, pivoting up and down. Okay, try and keep your shoulders nice and still, not moving up towards the ears or down, okay? Remember the pivot comes from that shoulder joint. Got 2 more on each side. So 1. And last one. And 3 here. Let's take it back to neutral. Now we're going to take both arms back together and we're going to extend back. Actually, what we might do on this one, even if you want to just take one weight, okay, through here, we're going to hold it together and we're just going to extend back and lifting back. So through here, make sure I'm not lifting off the roller and making my ribs flare out. Keep nice and contracted through your lower abs, through that TA in your pelvic floor. Okay, holding through here, and remember again, coming back and up and back and up. Keep those ribs down. Just working through those shoulders. That's it. So we've got 10 more. And 10. 9 and 8 and 7. Nice. 6. Keep working through those arms, keeping that rib cage nice and relaxed. I always think when I'm coming back through here that those ribs are sewn down to the belly button, okay? So we're not flaring out, we're keeping nice and relaxed through the front of the rib cage. That's it. And 2 more. And back. Let's pop the weight in the other hand again, come back to neutral. Now we're going to do a little L shape with our hands, okay? So we're going to take one out to the side and one up. Now this, not only is just testing through our shoulders, the movement. I might drop the weight so I can show you a little bit, a nice bigger movement. Okay, we need to stay nice and stable through our pelvic floor and our TA. Okay, and I want you to try to keep the even weight through both sides of the pelvis. So when we make the L shape, okay, again, the same as we had the weight, shoulder closest to the floor, elbow, wrist, and take it back behind the head. And then come back to the middle. Breath in. And out. Take one up behind, keeping those upper trapezius off on the extended arm, one behind the head, and one out to the side. As we take it out, really feel the connection through here to keep you on the roller. If you want to add the weight, makes it a little bit harder to stay on, and you need to use your core more through this movement. Really use that breath. So we're doing shoulder strength and a bit of core stability through here to keep us on the roller. And 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. Nice. Pop those weights down. Take arms back to neutral. And take them out wide and just have a nice big stretch through here. Stretch out. So the series on the roller is quite a good one because your spine's along the roller and extending out, and you can take it into, you know, lots of rotation through there and get some movement and strength by using the weights. So now we're going to come off the roller, okay, and then we're just going to do a little bit of movement, a bit of internal and external rotation through our shoulders. So if you want to come on your side, okay, I've just got the roller, or just use a cushion there for your head. Okay, we're going to do a little bit of external and then internal rotation. Okay, so if you've got your little weight there, okay, starting off quite neutral through here, and we're just going to take up and back to neutral and up. So the movement's quite small, okay, just a tiny bit of external rotation. And again, we're really trying to just focus on the movement coming from here, okay, nothing else moving. Up. And we're going to do 10 more, and 9, and 8, and 7. Now if you've just had an injury or it's quite so, you don't have to use a weight through here, okay? Just that movement through the shoulder is fine, okay? We're just getting that mobility. 3, and 2, and 1, and come back. We take it out now to our bottom arm through here, okay? And we're going to do some internal rotation through this arm through here, okay? So taking it under and just bringing in and back, and in and back, in and back. Try and keep that nice and relaxed through here. Try and turn that upper trapezius muscle off, okay, just using through the arm. And 6, and 5, and 4, and 3, and 2, and 1, and coming back. Let's pop onto the other side. Again, if you want to do a few sets through here, you can always pause the video if you like and continue on. So we're going to start with our external rotation. Remember, when we're laying on our side, make sure our hips are stacked on top of each other and we're not leaning forward one way or the other, we're quite neutral. So starting off neutral, okay, our wrist in line with our shoulder, and we're taking it into external rotation. Remember, just a small movement, 2, really work on through here, okay? Slow open up. And try not to cheat too much and feel it through this wrist. So sometimes people take it up and try and do that wrist movement through here. The movement's through the shoulder, okay? Even if it's a small movement, that's fine. Coming up. Doing a great job. Because often we're really used to, and keeping going forward, we're used to internally rotating rather than external rotation. So this one's an important one to keep open through here and keeping 2 and 1. Coming back. Pop the weight into the underhand. Okay, neutral through here and coming up. 1. See if we can do 12 through the shoulder. Nice. Now you can do, you can have a heavier weight, a lighter weight, or just use this exercise to do more of a mobility through the shoulder. You can take it whichever way you like. If you're just starting to come back from an injury or some kind of tendonitis, you might want to do without the weight. So you're just taking it through the range of motion. 5 and 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Great. So now we're going to do a little bit more movement and strength through the shoulder. We're going to use our TheraBand now to stand up through here. So we're going to just do some flexion and extension, okay? So if you want to grab the TheraBand, okay, we can take it in that front foot through here. Okay, so I've got my left foot forward, okay, and I'm standing on the TheraBand through here, and I've got a little bit of tension, so I can end up, I'm going to extend back through here, okay? So my front foot, left foot's bent, okay? I've got my TheraBand in my right hand, and we're just going to take that shoulder into extension and come back neutral and extend, okay? Make sure our hips are facing nice and forward. If you need to hold onto the wall at all or a bit of support while you're doing the exercise so that you can stay stable, please do. So remember that we're doing the movement through the shoulder, taking it back to neutral and extension. Nice. Let's do 10, 9, and 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, and 2, and 1. Coming back. We pop now the TheraBand onto our back foot. Okay? So the front foot's still forward here. We've got our back foot. And now for the forward movement of flexion, I'd like you to pop your palm facing up. Okay? And we're just going to reach forward through here and come back to neutral. And forward. Now the movement's not going to go anywhere past the shoulder height. Okay? Just up to your top point here would be in line with the shoulder. And forward. So remember, palm facing up. So I've got a little bit of external rotation through that shoulder. We've done 3 and 4 and 5. Counting down. Remember to keep breathing. I've got 2 more. Now in this one too, remember we're not shrugging up the shoulder, keeping it nice and drawn down. The movement's coming from the arm, okay? Don't hitch up, keep that drawn as you extend through. Let's swap sides now. So if we're starting with our foot back, okay, we're going to do the forward movement through here, okay? Standing on the TheraBand, having the front leg bent forward, and we're going to start up, a little bit of tension. We're going to do 12, reaching forward, okay? Forward movement, and 12, so 11, remember to keep that palm facing up. You can use whatever strength TheraBand you like. At the clinic we've got the green ones usually and the blue ones, okay? Blue one's a little bit stronger, and the green one that little bit lighter. Depending on what strength you can do without losing your form, okay? Without hitching up through here and really just using it through the shoulder. away. Let's do 5 and 4. Remember not to take it past that shoulder height. 3 and 2 and 1. Great. Let's take it into the front foot. Okay, holding here. Now we're going to do the extension back. Okay, so bending through here. Remember the movement's coming. A bit of give on mine. I'm going to take the movement back in the shoulder. Nice, taking back. Nice and slow. Nice and controlled movement. Keep that pelvis facing forward. And extending back. Extend. Good. So we're really doing lots of different movements, lots of different ways we can release the shoulder, okay, without switching that upper trapezius on. Working through. Nice and 10. Remember to hold on if you need some balance so you can really focus on just that specific movement through the shoulder. Working through. That's it. Let's do 5. Good. And 4. And 3. And 2. And 1. Good. And coming down. Let's pop just back on the mat now. Okay, we might do a little bit of plank through here. Now remember, you can do your plank whichever way you choose, whether it's on your knees or whether it's coming up onto your hands. Okay, so if you're doing your plank on your knees, okay, through here, remember that we're trying to keep that nice diagonal shape through here. Don't stick your bottom up or flatten down through here. Okay, so if you're holding the plank through here, let's see if we can hold. Now remember, don't collapse in that upper body. Okay, keep nice and secure. Tiny little bit of give in those elbows and holding. Remember, feel that support through those tummy muscles. If you're coming through here, or we can come up onto our feet. Okay, let's hold for 10, 9, and 8, and 7, and 6, and 5, keep going, 4, and 3, and 2, and 1, and come down. Let's come into our child pose. Give it a bit of a stretch. So feet are together, knees are apart, and we're reaching through here. And really feel that stretch. Pop that forehead onto the mat, and you should really feel a good stretch out through here, and really sit back onto your bottom. That's it. Keep that reach. Nice. Coming back to plank again. It's on your knees or your feet, and holding for 10, 9, 8, 7, and 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And coming back to your knees, coming back to child's pose again. 3 big breaths. And one more breath. One more time. Let's hold the plank. Last one. 4. Ready? And for 10, 9, and 8, and 7, and 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, great, and 1. All right, let's come back, one more big stretch. Really reach those hands out, bottom down, forehead down, and 3 big breaths. Breathe in. And again. one. And stretching out. Nice. Well done, everyone. I hope you enjoyed our shoulder mobility and strength class. So if that one can be repeated, you know, every day, or just something to keep those shoulders moving. So remember, if you're working from home and you're at the desk, get up, move around, just use, even if a couple of those exercises are ones that you really feel help you, do them in your break. Stay well, take care, and I will see you soon. Bye-bye.